the August ordinary council meeting, our first in the TDC building here, which is good. Just take note that the meeting will be recorded for minute taking purposes. So we can commence the meeting. We'll get item one of the application by attendance by audio visual link. We have two applications tonight, one from Councillor McNeil and one from Councillor Hartley. Someone will move that way. Councillor Douglas, Councillor Marshall, all those in favour? And against, declare that carried and unanimous. I'll call on Councillor Douglas to do the acknowledgement of country.
I would like to acknowledge the Wanneroola people, the true custodians of the land on which this meeting takes place today, and pay my deepest respects to the elders, past, present and emerging. I extend that respect to all First Nations people who are with us today. May we listen, learn and walk together in a way that respects the past, embraces the present and builds a future where truth, justice and culture are at the heart of everything we do.
Thanks, Councillor Douglas. And the civic prayer, Councillor Dunn, please.
Almighty God, from whom comes every good and perfect gift, we give you thanks for the blessings you bestow upon us in this Shire. Grant to those who hold office in this council the spirit of justice and truth, of wisdom and charity, that mindful of our responsibility and of the needs of those we serve, we may promote the true welfare of your people, exercise wisely and faithfully the authority committed to us, and advance the common good. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thanks, Councillor Dunn. You may be seated. So we have three apologies tonight. Apologies from Councillor Barry, Councillor Mahajan and Councillor Morris. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Dunn, Councillor Bailey. All those in favour? Any against? Thank you on the screen. Declare that again unanimous. Thank you, carried. So item 5 is confirmation of minutes. The ordinary council meeting held 22 July. Someone want to move? Someone want to confirm and move those minutes? Councillor Marshall. Seconder. Councillor Bailey. All those in favour? Minutes move. Thank you. Confirm. So item 6, under any disclosures of pecuniary and non-pecuniary interest. We'll start on my left. Go from Douglas.
Mr. Mayor, I have 10.3.4 Mac Energy Northern Link Road construction S.138 road act permit. I have a pecuniary insignificant as my son has a contract with Mac Energy, and that is the same for 10.3.5 the Northern Link Road construction S.138 roads act permit. Again, pecuniary insignificant as my son has a contract with Mac Energy.
Councillor Bailey.
Tonight I'll be declaring item number 10.3.4 Mac Energy Northern Link Road constructed F.138 Roads Act permit, non-pecuniary significant interest as I work on site for a contractor of Mac Energy. Mine 10.3.5 Northern Link Road detailed design plans Mac Energy, non-pecuniary significant interest as I work on site for the contractor of Mac Energy. Also item number 10.3.6 item Yarraman Road Park closure, non-pecuniary significant interest as a public submission was submitted by members of my family for that.
Councillor Bailey. Councillor Marshall.
17.2 enclosed council panel contract 2024 2025 0646 concrete and minor roadworks. Non-pecuniary as my daughter works for one of the companies.
Thanks, Councillor Marshall. Councillor McNeil.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to declare a insignificant non-pecuniary interest in the closed business item relating to the nominations for the Regional Planning Panel. I was a member of the Muswellbrook Wine Appreciation Club, as is one of the nominees.
Thanks, Councillor McNeil. Councillor Hartley. We can't hear you, Councillor Hartley. You must be on mute.
That's better? Beautiful. Thank you. I have a significant pecuniary interest in items 10.3.4 Mac Energy Northern Link Road construction S138 Roads Act permit, and also 10.3.5 Northern Link Road The design plans, Mac Energy, as I work for a contractor on the Mac Energy site. Also 17.6, the expression of interest outcome regional planning panel membership. That's a significant non-pecuniary interest as my mum works for one of the applicants.
Thanks, Councillor Hartley. Councillor Scholes. Councillor Dunn. Councillor Ward. And I have none to declare myself.
I should declare a pecuniary interest in report 17.11 in closed council, the general manager's midterm performance review report.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. There is no mayoral minute, item 7. So we'll move straight into public participation. Tonight we have 2 members of the public wishing to speak to items in the business paper. Mr. Keith Campbell will speak in opposition to item 10.36, Yarraman Road Park closure, and Alex Walker will speak in support of 10.38, bushfire protection to Sunline Street, Muswellbrook. For those speakers, you'll get 2 minutes to address. We'll time that, and I'll let you know shortly before you finish. You get 2 minutes to address the meeting, and please stay when you finish. Hang around, and we'll give councillors an opportunity to ask some questions. Mr. Campbell, you're first.
I don't have to wait for that one.
Just to the, sorry, Mr. Campbell, just at the lectern there. Yes, she goes, you're right. Thank you.
Firstly, I'm not blaming the councillors of this council for my problems. It's an old council and administration, more so than the councillors before. Back in 2018-19, there was a meeting at the Waibong Hall for a road to be put in along from the top of Waibong Post Office Road down to Yarraman, down to Waibong Road, following the power lines. And everyone at that meeting agreed on that path. Council went ahead and put a bloody bridge in, which is creating a heap of problems. My biggest concern is the lack of consultation from administration of the council. They haven't looked at, or put in touch with the water resources to find out who had access to the water, who had, in what way do we get to the pumps and what have you. They've closed off my access on the northern side for flood time. I can't get to my pump, and that's got to be resolved. Apparently it has been resolved, but there's been no consultation with me. All I've been told is that it's been resolved. We'll talk to you about it, but there's been no consultation. And that's where I find this administration is out of whack with the community. They're not doing what the community want to be done. And that, because when we had the meeting at Waibong in 2019, it was offered to us as a bridge about the height of Dry Creek Bridge. And all you councillors and administration staff would know how good that bloody bridge is. It's not worth an inch of salt when there's high water. And
I'll give you some extra time. Keep going. I'll give you some extra time. Keep going. You do this stuff.
So that was why everybody at the meeting agreed on the road going down along the power line to the Waibong Road, do away with the bridge. But then in 2022, when we had the big flood in November, a surveyor had been out there and he measured it, and he said that height was 8.95 metres high. He said the bridge has got to be higher than that, not the height they're offering. So I don't know who he was or whatever, but the bridge became flood free. And I appreciate that, but it should have been fixed a long time ago. And the problem that we had should never have been, should never have existed, because that bridge shouldn't have been there. And We could have used the old Yarragon Road in dry times and used the other way to get out if it was done the way the community called for, but council went ahead and done what they wanted to do.
Okay.
They don't listen to the public.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Just stay there if you can. Any councillors got any questions? A couple. One of them, I understand your frustration back from 2019, you said?
I think it was 19, Jeff.
2019. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that now because the new bridge is there.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's already there. I am aware, and I am aware that council staff, I've spoken to council staff, I am aware that they have, and I'm not going to tell you they've finalised any negotiation, but I am aware on your behalf, confident that they have spoken to the landowner to get that for you to get access to your pump. And I understand they are comfortable that will occur. You'll get access to your pump down there because no doubt it's a problem, and certainly I sympathise and councillors do sympathise with you. In fact, it's a big deal if you all of a sudden lose water. And we've got your water. We understand that.
Not so much the water you're going to lose, it's $50,000 worth of pump and motor.
Absolutely. So the pump as well. There is, you wanted to report that there is some measures in the report to fix access to the creek. And I mean recreational access to the creek, fishing and swimming, predominantly, and certainly access to the creek in regards to the rural fire service. So there's some remedies in there to fix that. I can't fix the bridge because I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're going to build another one. But certainly, I do sympathise. I do sympathise with you, and I encourage you to keep talking to councillors or council staff till you do get a resolution in regards to your pump.
Yeah.
So, no other questions from councillors? Thanks, Mr. Campbell. You'd be impressed with calling me Mr. Campbell. It's been a long time since I've called you that.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. I've never called you that before.
Thank you.
Including a lot of things overnight.
Okay. I understand Mr. Walker has waved his right. He doesn't want to speak. So we'll move on. We'll move on with the business. So business arising for the previous minutes. Is there any business? Sorry, Councillor. Start before you're ready. Any business arising out of those previous minutes? If there's not, no business arising. Thank you. So we'll move straight into our business tonight. Item 10. So we'll start at item 10. 10.1, planning and environment. So that's the planning environment, electricity generating works, the battery storage system 31 to 35 Rutherford Road, Muswellbrook, which is in fact the Aldi building, Aldi store. And that the resolution reads, recommendation in front of you in the business paper reads that development application number 2025-19 for electricity generating works, battery storage system at lot 1, DP 1090457, 31 to 35 Rutherford Road, Muswellbrook, be approved subject to conditions contained in attachment B of this report. Have I someone want to move that way? Councillor Marshall, thank you. A seconder? Councillor Dunn. Any discussion? Councillor Marshall.
I'd just like to commend the applicant for the application in. I reckon it's the way forward.
Okay. Councillor Dunn, speak. Any further questions? Any clarifications? Councillor McNeil.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a question. Is there any history of batteries of that size being installed in similar localities to residential areas?
Not in Muswellbrook.
No, not in Muswellbrook.
No, not in Muswellbrook, but anywhere else in the state or the nation? Do we?
I just question the use of the term residential area to start.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor and councillors, we'd have to take that on notice and do a search.
Yeah, we'll have to search to see whether it is. Councillor McNeil, Councillor Scholes just makes the point that it's there's there isn't any residential, certainly close to that, there's not any residential. The store itself and where these are placed, these batteries are in behind the store, which isn't sort of, I won't even hazard a guess as to how far, but it would certainly be 100 or 150 metres at least.
Long way.
Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Any further questions? If there's not, we have a mover and a seconder. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. 10.1.2. So the monthly report to Council, Planning, Environment and Regulatory Services. The recommendation in the business paper purely is that the information contained in the report be noted. Have I a mover for that? Councillor Douglas and Councillor Dunn to second it. Any questions? Councillor Douglas, Councillor Dunn, any questions? That being the case, no questions. I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. 10.2 Corporate Services. So this is a progress report for the 2022 to 2026 delivery program and the 2024 to 2025 operational plan. So the recommendation of the business paper is that Council notes the progress report on the 2022 to 26 delivery program and the 2024 to 2025 operational plan. Have I got a councillor want to move that way? Councillor Ward, Councillor McNeil. Councillor Ward, you wish to be heard?
Doctors, health.
Yeah, Doctors' Health. We elaborate a bit. We have had, Council has had delivery program. We have made some progress in respect that we have met. We have at a round table now with all the players in regards to health. So we met with Hunter New England Health senior management. We've met with the doctors' surgeries in Muswellbrook and doctors. We've met with all the senior people at the hospital. This is all in one meeting. All the senior people at the hospital, and we met with the nurses union were there as well at that meeting. And I need help from the general manager if I've missed anyone.
No.
I think that might be about it, but that is every player as we see it. Those health round tables will continue. And of course, those obviously their health round tables will continue to obviously highlight and try and fix some of the issues we've got with health. We're in the process at the moment, just waiting on a date from the Health Minister, Ryan Park, as well, to go down and make representation to the Minister in regards to issues that have already been raised in those round table meetings. Any further questions? Councillor Scholes.
Yeah, I'll accept the report, but it's an ongoing beef I have is I honestly don't think the report really delivers the information that we need as to how all the projects are progressing, where they're at and what's been involved in them. The traffic light system, I think needs to be developed a bit further, and to say something is ongoing, therefore it is in the blue, I think is incorrect because it's an ongoing thing. I think it is an ongoing thing. That's where I think the traffic light system falls down. Just because you've started to do something doesn't mean that thing is done.
Councillor Scholes, take that on board. Any further questions? No further questions. We have a mover and a seconder. If that's the case, I'll put that. All those in favour, just for noting the report, declare that carried unanimously. Thank you. 10.2.2. 2024-25 annual financial statements audit authorisation. So the motion reads that Council authorises 1, the submission of the 2024-25 general purpose financial reports, special purpose financial reports and special schedules for Muswellbrook Shire Council to the auditor, and 2, the Mayor, the Deputy Mayor, General Manager and Responsible Accounting Officer be authorised to sign the reports upon completion of the audit. Have we a mover? Councillor Scholes. Councillor Dunn will second that. Any discussion? Councillor Scholes.
No.
Councillor Dunn. Any questions? If there's not, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare it unanimous and carried. Thank you. 10.2.3. Operating and capital budget carryovers to 2025-26. So the motion reads that 1, the attached lists of operating and capital carryovers be adopted. 2, the final values based on the adjusted actual 2024-25 expenditure be incorporated into the 2025-26 budget prior to the September 2025 quarterly budget review. And 3, new grant funding received in late June carried over and incorporated into the September 2025 quarterly budget review. Have I a mover? Councillor Marshall, and I have a seconder in Councillor Scholes. Councillor Marshall, wish to speak there?
No.
Councillor Scholes.
No.
Any further questions? Any questions? If there's not, I'll put it. All those in favour? Any against? Councillor McNeil, you had your hand up, did you? Thank you.
Yes,
All those in-
sorry.
Hey, all right. Unanimous and carried. Thank you. 10.3.4, special rate variation. Who wants to move this one? The recommendation of the business paper is that
10.2.
10.2.4.
10.2, sorry. The recommendation in the business paper is that council approves the general manager to apply for a special variation to general income SV application with the Independent Pricing and Regulatory Tribunal IPART, and to undertake the related preparation activities, including public consultation. Does someone want to move that way? Councillor Marshall and Councillor Scholes. Councillor Marshall, do you wish to be heard?
Yes, I'd like the appropriate staff member to give us a bit of a rundown on what this actually is. It's not what it looks like it is.
Okay, we can certainly discuss that. We can go to the staff in a second. Councillor Scholes, any questions?
Basically, I'll just give a summary of Tracy with regards to that. Special rate variation, we're not looking at a special rate variation to necessarily for residential. I need to make that very clear. It's not a special rate variation for residential rates, nor is it a special rate variation for general business. We're looking at the heavy industry side of the economy, and that's where we're looking at the stage we're looking.
Thank you, Councillor Scholes. I'll call on the general manager. So general manager here, so Councillor.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I could provide a Tracy and hand over the Chief Financial Officer that's required. Thank you. Councillors and staff have been working hard over a number of years, particularly this past year, in ensuring the ongoing financial sustainability and prosperity of this community. And we are looking at a number of strategies to do that. This council has been working very hard with the community in the development of economic development activities, which are one of the methods by which we will ensure the ongoing prosperity of this community. The special rate variation, as was mentioned by Councillor Scholes, will be very sensitive to the needs of this community and the fact that we want to have as little impact on the community as we possibly can. And so it will be targeted to certain sectors of the community that have the capacity to pay, because the preparation of a special rate variation does require consideration of an important component of your submission. So capacity to pay is incredibly important for the process, but also a councillor's strong message to staff is that they are entirely they have a very sensitive approach to the needs of the community's capacity to pay. And so, as I mentioned before, it really is the objective of the special rate variation to have as minimum impact as possible, but to provide the maximum benefit to the community as we move forward to the opportunities and challenges of the future.
Thank you, General Manager.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. It's also important to note that both the General Manager and I, not that this is a requirement at this early stage, but both the General Manager and I have spoken to each of the mines in the area in regards to this variation already. And be fair to say, we had very little pushback. The mines were extremely, well, I'm not going to use the word welcoming, but the mines are extremely understanding in regards to our matter. You're not going to be understanding of increasing your rates, but they were certainly extremely understanding of the matter. And we have, as I say, there wasn't any requirement for us to do that at this early stage, but we have done it. We spent considerable amount of time, the General Manager and I, discussing exactly this issue with those mines. So it was, I certainly think it's the right thing to do. We have good relationships with each of those mines, and I don't see any reason why that wouldn't continue. And again, they'll be as involved as anyone else in the community is in regards to consultation. Any further questions? Councillor McNeil.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just in relation to the structure, will that come back to council prior to it going out for public consultation and the application being made?
Thank
Through
you,
the gentleman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Mel. Council's in the process of engaging a specialist consultant to guide us through this process. We want to make sure that our submission is excellent. And that councillors will be taken along on that, and of course you'll be the final approving authority. The best results for this community are always when councillors and staff work closely together and when we consult closely with the community. We find that that is the approach that this council takes, and that we attain the best results by doing that, Councillor McNeil. So yes, we'll be bringing regular reports back to council as required.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, General Manager.
Any further questions in regards? Okay, we're going to move in a second. I'll put that. All those in favour? Against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. So 10.2.5, draft enterprise risk management framework and policy for public exhibition. The recommendation of the business paper reads: 1, that council endorses the draft risk management framework and draft enterprise risk management policy for the placement on public exhibition via council's website for a period of 28 days. And 2, if no submissions are received in relation to the draft enterprise risk management framework and the draft enterprise risk management policy during the public exhibition period, then council resolves to adopt the draft enterprise risk management framework and draft enterprise risk management policy on the day following the conclusion of the exhibition period. And 3, if submissions are received in relation to the draft enterprise risk management framework and draft enterprise risk management policy during the public exhibition period, then a further report will be submitted to council for consideration of submissions received during the exhibition period. Have I a mover?
Also moved.
Councillor Scholes, Councillor Bailey will second it. Councillor Scholes.
Question of the council officers with regards to it. I'm just going to try and grab. I know we've got an error coming up. Is 28 days up before the ARIC or after the ARIC? I thought you might have told me correctly. Yeah, because I'm sure the ARIC committee, are we sending them a copy of this now?
We will, and it will also go to our committee, so within that
I
28
think it'd be a very good idea to send them a copy of this committee now, so their comments come in it, because this basically is their bailiwick. This is their area that they're most interested in. I'd also compliment on the document. It certainly takes some children through it, but it's what ARIC originally was basically set up for, to make sure the councils do this kind of stuff. So I think the work.
Councillor Scholes. Councillor Bailey, wish to speak? Any further questions, councillors? That being the case, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Unanimous and carried. Councillors. 10.2.6 in report on investments held as at 31 July 2025. So the recommendation of the business paper is that council notes council's investments as at 31 July 25. Councillor Scholes will move that, and Councillor Marshall will second that. Councillor Scholes, any questions?
No.
Councillor Marshall? No. Any questions at all from any councillors? That being the case, I'll put that. All those in favour, raise their right hand. Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. So 10.2.7, terms of reference, Finance and Governance Committee, Community and Economy Committee, and the Infrastructure and Property Committee. So the recommendation in front of you reads that 1, the Finance and Governance Committee. The committee will meet at the conclusion of the State Significant Development Committee on the second Tuesday of every month. 2, Community and Economy Committee. The committee will meet on the second Tuesday of every odd month, commencing at the conclusion of the Finance and Governance Committee meeting. And 3, Infrastructure and Property. The committee will meet on the second Tuesday of every even month, commencing at the conclusion of the Finance and Governance Committee. And have I a mover for that? Councillor Ward. Have I someone to second that? Councillor Marshall. Councillor Ward, you wish to speak?
No.
Councillor Marshall? No. Any questions? Councillor Scholes.
I would have voted in favour of the motion. I have one problem is I would have been voting to make sure that I can't attend the first group of those meetings. So therefore, I found it inappropriate for me to deliberately vote something in where I can't attend it. So
the only comments I'll make in response is that is the first meeting. You're right. These are meetings that will now happen for the rest of the term.
Yeah.
So they're meetings that will happen for the next 3 years, not just 1 month.
Yeah.
And Councillor Scholes, as is always the case, if we have difficulty with people getting to those meetings, as we have lately, we've changed meetings around. I'm sure that.
Oh, no, I'm just flagging the fact that I couldn't vote for it because it's, I can't attend, and I can't attend because I'm attending to council business and not at the other end of the state.
You are. We have a mover and a second. Any further questions? All those in favour? Unanimous and carried. Thank you. 10.3, infrastructure and property. So Hunter Valley Energy Coal, Mount Arthur. So Section 138 Roads Act 1993 permit, yearly maintenance, Editon Road. Recommendation in front of you reads that council delegates to the general manager authority to sign the Section 138 Roads Act 1993 permit for the ongoing maintenance of the portion of Editon Road from the intersection of Denman Road for a length of 6.1 kilometres, known as Stage 1 and Stage 2 in the Editon Road realignment deed for the 2025-2026 financial year. Have I a mover for that? Councillor Bailey will move it. Councillor Dunn will second it. Councillor Bailey, wish to speak?
No.
Councillor Dunn?
No.
Any questions on that deed? That being the case, I'll put that. All those in favour, that motion? Do that unanimous and carried. Thank you. 10.32, bulky waste services modernisation. The recommendation in the business paper is that council 1 notes the information contained in the report. 2, request staff to further investigate and provide cost estimates for the following options. A, or 1, annual muster days for mattresses and tyres. 2, an on-call waste collection service. 3, provision of vouchers for the disposal of waste. And 3, a further report be submitted to council detailing the outcomes of the investigations of options. Councillor Douglas will move that. Councillor Marshall will second that. Councillor Douglas.
Yes, thank you. First of all, I want to commend the staff for the work that they've currently done, but I am very much looking forward to receiving the report on options and ways that we can deal with this rather than have our town look like a tip with constant, bulky waste on our areas and people putting it out way before the dates that they're able to.
Councillor Marshall.
Yeah, just like to commend Councillor Douglas on those comments and also add to the fact that you can see that happening already in the last 2 weeks or weeks. So it's great all that stuff everywhere.
Yeah, any further questions? Councillor McNeil.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just in relation to the mattresses, they were going to the men's shed for dismantling. I was just wondering what the plans, if there's any plans around recycling, and the same with the tyres. I know there's a lot of that soft fall now being constructed from the tyres. I suppose it's early doors and that's yet to be investigated.
The General Manager will answer your question on mattresses.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councillor. Now, in relation to the mattresses, there has been an arrangement with the men's shed over a number of years. But in recent times, we have preferred to not provide the mattresses from the perspective of hygiene. We have a contract for the removal and recycling of those mattresses for component parts. That said, though, we'll continue to work proactively with the men's shed to provide alternative funding options for them, and we'll continue to do available. Mattress musters are now becoming more popular in other areas, particularly Lower Hunter metropolitan areas, and we are conscious of the fact that there are people on dispose of. We want to provide a better option for the community.
Thank you. In regards to tyres, Councillor McNeil, at the moment we understand there's no recycling factory around here for tyres, so we can't pick them up, of course. We have got, you may remember, was some money allocated from Bengala during the last $50,000 was allocated. So that was to do an investigation in regards to tyre recycling. My only comment at the moment is understand that the material that is being produced out of that tyre recycling is becoming difficult to use, difficult to find enough use for, put it that way. So, but certainly shouldn't deter us from continuing or using that money to investigate, as the money was for, to investigate some tyre recycling, and be happy to have that right here in town if we could. Any further questions, Councillor Bailey?
Yeah, just a comment or question. On the 14th at the meeting at the Wyvong Hall, it was raised by those rural communities, and maybe just to make sure that we consider them in probably not the curbside, but possibly the vouchers of our out of town friends that don't currently receive a having waste collection. Yeah.
General Manager.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councillor Bailey. It's a very good question. So I think part of the thinking has been that once we've developed a protocol or a procedure that council is happy with, we place it on public exhibition and get some feedback as well. Council are happy with that. We certainly do get a lot of requests of that nature.
Thanks.
Yeah, we do. Any further questions at all?
Just make a comment. Thank you. Just information for staff. I spoke to a company called Thai Doctor about 3 years ago. They apparently have a recycling facility for tyres down Woggleway, below Woggleway, somewhere down there. And they just now got a business out of the industrial area.
Yeah, I understand that. When you said Wagga, understand that transport is one of the key issues with recycle, as it is with not just tyres, with everything, which is a problem. It is a good report, and certainly, I commend staff and councillors. Certainly, councillors. I've seen the conversations, councillors have with staff in regards to this. But it's something that certainly council have been discussing for some time, considerable amount of time. So I commend the staff on the report and look forward to the finalisation and further report coming back for decision. But it certainly is something I think that is important. It's something that's becoming more common in local councils now, and certainly that something that this council certainly wants to be more common within this council as well. With no further comments, I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. So 10.33 Transports 2025 authorisation and delegation prescribed traffic control device authorisation. Recommendation in front of you reads that 1 notes that Transport for New South Wales authorisation and delegation instrument prescribed traffic control devices and regulation of traffic 2025, and 2 delegates to the General Manager the authority to form and facilitate a local traffic forum in accordance with the requirements of the 2025 instrument. Have we a mover? Councillor Marshall, of course, and a seconder. Seconder, Councillor Dunn. Councillor Marshall.
Nothing only to say that I was on the local traffic committee. Now it's local traffic forum, and we're waiting to see what the actual makeup is of it.
Yep. Thank you, Councillor Marshall.
No.
Nothing for Councillor Dunn. Any questions? No questions? If there's not, I'll put that to the meeting. All those in favour, raise your right hand. Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you, councillors.
Four, 5,
6.
yes.
Mac Energy Northern Link Road construction. We've got Councillor Bailey, Hartley's gone. Mac Energy Northern Link Road construction, Section 138 Roads Act permit. Recommendation reads in front of you. 1, that Council 1 delegates to the General Manager the authority to sign the Section 138 Roads Act 1993 permit for Mac Energy to undertake the construction of the Northern Link Road and associated works as outlined in the report, generally in accordance with the special conditions attached to the report, and 2, notes the detailed construction traffic management plan and, in accordance with the road closure and works deed, gives Mac Energy notice that the construction traffic management plan is satisfactory. Have we a mover? Councillor Scholes will move it. A seconder? Councillor Ward. Councillor Scholes, any comment?
No.
No questions? Councillor Ward, no questions? Any other questions in regards to this 10.3.4? Okay, that being the case, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. This state to stay, same people declared interest, is that right?
Thank you.
Okay, 10.3.5. Northern Link Road detailed design plans, Mac Energy. Recommendation, the business paper reads that council notes the detailed design plans and supporting documents in this report that Mac Energy Northern Link Road detailed design plans August 205 25-57331 Mac Energy Northern Link Road detailed design pre-construction road safety audit August 2025 25-57252 and 3 that Mac Energy Northern Link Road detailed design third party verification August 2025 in brackets 25-57251 and lastly number 4 is that Mac Energy Northern Link Road detailed design report August 2025 in brackets 25-57249 and gives notice to Mac Energy that council is satisfied with the detailed design plans for the Northern Link Road. Have I a mover? I have Councillor Scholes. Have I a seconder? Councillor Ward. Any questions on that, Councillor Scholes?
No particular question. Just noting the auditing of the design by Mac Energy of the original design through the very fruitful process, I believe, and there's no major concerns I can see with the design.
Thank you, Councillor Scholes. Any further questions? That being the case, I'll put that. All those in favour, raise your right hand. Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you.
All that clear.
Oh, yeah, clear, you still.
Someone left it.
Okay.
So that's up.
Just waiting for Councillor Hartley. Way back, is he, Councillor Hartley? Just waiting for Councillor Hartley, Councillor McNeil. He's just give him a nudge. He was sitting next to you a minute ago.
Give him a ring.
Yeah, we have. We have.
Sort of wondering, I don't really.
Here we are.
There it is.
How's that, Councillor Hartley? You're on mute, but can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm all good. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on. 1036 Yarraman Road Park Road closure. The recommendation in the business paper is a long one. It reads, Council approves the following actions to be undertaken. 1, roadworks to enable Wybong Rural Fire Service access to Wybong Creek for refilling the fire truck. 2, that road and associated works to provide public pedestrian access to Wybong Creek from the southern side. And 3, permanently legally close the part of Yarraman Road as described in the report in accordance with Division 3, Part 4 of the Roads Act 1993. 4, following the legal closure of the part of Yarraman Road, exchange the land comprising the former public road to the adjoining landowners as agreed by a council resolution 254 dated 24 January 2023. 5, affix the seal of council to the transfer dealings to effect the disposal of the land referred to in paragraph 4 of this resolution. 6, authorise the general manager to execute other relevant documents relating to the road matter at the general manager's discretion. 7, the land comprised in the road proposed to be closed is operational land for the purposes of Local Government Act 1993. The proposed closed road portion comprises the council public road known as part of Yarraman Road, being that part, A, adjoining and separating the southern boundary of Lot 2, DP 1297571 to Wybong Creek, and 2, adjoining Wybong Creek and separating Lot 892, DP 590976 from Lot 4, DP 1297571 for a length of approximately 340 metres, and that is the motion.
Please, Mr Mayor, councillor Dunn, want to add an additional point?
Yeah, if I can, in relation to the gentleman's conversation with his pump.
What we'll do, we can, before it's moved, I can accept
Accept that.
an addition, yeah, you stand up and you can add a point
Yeah.
9.
Point 9. Okay, so I'd like to add point 9 so that it's actually in the resolution that we deal with the access for the gentleman for his pump. So I'm sure someone can word it a bit more elegantly, but I'd like to have that in the resolution before we vote on it, please.
Council,
Continue.
Council continue.
the general manager
Thank you.
wordsmith that.
Next point, council continues to provide assistance to facilitate the ongoing access to pump infrastructure on Wybong Creek. At that point.
Add that as that.
At that point.
You're just not leaving the white.
The impacted residents of the identified impacted resident of Wybong Creek.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
So the motion, including point 9, you want to read point 9 back?
Continues to provide us facilitate ongoing access to public infrastructure on Wybong Creek.
To the impacted identified landowner on Wybong Creek.
Just don't leave it at Wybong Creek. Wybong Creek's we have medical.
It's identified. We've identified someone currently, which is the person we want to continue to assist.
We got the northern side of the creek involved in that.
We've got-
Just the Wybong Creek.
We've got, Mr Campbell, we've got to the affected, meaning that everything as it is now. So nothing changes. So it is as it is, the affected part of the creek now. So yeah,
Is that?
yeah, we just clarified. Yeah. Got to get this right.
Well,
We're just waiting on make sure we finalise the words for 2 councillors on team. We'll just finalise and make sure we get the words right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Facilitate ongoing access on infrastructure. The identified landowner on Wybong.
Yes. Of the identified landowner. Okay, that being the case, we've got a mover and a seconder. Any questions?
That's calling you.
Yeah, we did. Excellent.
Let me know where it's coming from.
No, we haven't got a seconder up there either. We've got a seconder, Councillor Marshall. Now, if there is no further questions, I'll put that to the meeting. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you, councillors. You may stay for the rest of the meeting if you want, Mr. Kent.
Excuse me, otherwise.
Yeah, no,
Come on.
no problem at all. Thank you. 1037. I've got everyone back in the room. Yep. 1037 landscaping and hazardous tree management. So the recommendation in the business paper reads that Council 1 approves the recommendations contained in the report, and 2 requests a report to be submitted to Council's Infrastructure and Property Committee, providing costed options for safety and compliance improvements to the Bridge Street roundabout. Have I a mover for that? Councillor Marshall, Councillor Douglas. Sorry, I missed the two on the screen. Any questions? Councillor Marshall first. Do you want to speak to that?
I need to commend the staff on a very good report and making the township safer.
I agree. Thank you. Councillor Douglas.
Yeah. I just want to agree with that. I actually witnessed the situation and the safety of everyone involved is paramount. So I recommend and commend the council for their efforts.
Any councillors got further questions or clarifications? None, that being the case, I'll put that in. We have a mover in a second. I'll put that. All those in favour? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you, councillors. I thought the Minister for Trees might have had a question then.
Oh, it's too slow. It's too slow on the draw.
1038. Bushfire Protection Zone, Sunline Street, Muswellbrook. The recommendation in front of you reads that Council approves 1, establishing an asset protection zone, APZ of 36 metres across Council Lot 589 DP 835738 to the south and adjoining Sunline Street, Muswellbrook, being 26 metres on council land and 10 metres on residential lots. And 2, undertaking consultation with affected property owners. And 3, preparing a bushfire and biodiversity management plan for the APZ. Have I a mover for that motion? Councillor Ward, Councillor Dunn. Councillor Ward. No questions, Councillor Dunn. Any questions from a councillor? Councillor Scholes.
Yeah, it's just as the matter I raised it in the briefing. We're basically taking on some additional work, which I think we need to do. I have no issue with that whatsoever, taking on the work. But I think in any future developments of this kind, we need to cost in where we come across this situation where council is taking on extra land maintenance that should be costed against the developer going forward.
The developer, yes. Thanks, Councillor Scholes. Any further questions? No questions? That being the case, I'll put that. All those in favour? Any against? Unanimous and carried. Thank you.
Hand come up behind us, did it? As soon as you can, yeah.
10.4, good result. 10.4, community and economy. So the community benefit fund procedure for adoption. So the council adopts the community benefit fund procedure provided in attachment A of the report. Have I a mover for that community benefit fund? Councillor Scholes and Councillor Bailey. Councillor Scholes, you wish to speak?
No.
You don't? Councillor Bailey. Any questions from any other councillors? That being the case, I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you. Indigenous community consultation minutes. 10.4.2. The recommendation in the business paper is that council notes the minutes of the Indigenous community consultation held on 28 July 2025. Have I a mover for that? Councillor Douglas. Councillor Hartley will second it. Councillor Douglas.
As I stated in the briefing, I just want to commend council for the work that they're trying to do in the community and in this space, and again say how impressed the Aboriginal affairs were with our council and what we're doing.
Thank you. Councillor Hartley, you wish to be heard?
Nothing further on that. No, thank you.
Thanks, councillor Hartley. I agree with councillor Douglas. We've got a lot of work to do, but it's a good start. It's a really good start. So well attended. Both meetings now we've had have been really well attended, which is fantastic. If there's no further questions, councillor Marshall. Oh, sorry, you were waiting for it. You were going early. If there are no further questions, I'll put that to the meeting. All those in favour? Just minutes for noting. Thank you. Declare that unanimous and carried. 10.4.3. So awarding a community grant or contribution, McCully's Gap Rehabilitation Sustainability Community Group Incorporated, the hire of McCully's Gap Hall. So the recommendation in the business paper is that council approves a community grant cash of $250 for the McCully's Gap Rehabilitation Sustainability Community Group Incorporated for the hire of McCully's Gap Hall on Saturday, the 6th of September, 2025. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Douglas and Councillor Bailey. Any questions? Councillor Douglas, Councillor Bailey. Any questions in regards? I understand that's for a poet's night. Poet's night.
Haven't had one of those.
We haven't had one for a while. If there's no further
Hang on a second. It was just put in by Mike Kelly.
No,
I think.
it's put in by the McCully's Gap Rehabilitation Sustainability Community Group.
All right, I'm frightened I was going to have it with the conflict. Something can happen. That's all right.
You're going to break out into some poetry there.
Yes, I was thinking.
If there's no further questions from councillors, I'll put that to the meeting. All those in favour? Any against? Declare that unanimous and carried. Thank you, councillors. Awarding of community grant contribution, Muswellbrook High School Library Seminar Room hire. The recommendation is councillor Dunn. Appears to going to be give us a recommendation.
I would like to put the following motion forward. Muswellbrook Shire Council waives the entire venue fee regarding Muswellbrook High School's booking of council buildings HSC examinations. Council encourages Muswellbrook High to use the money saved from this fee waiver to benefit and support the students involved at this stressful time in their lives.
Thank you, councillor Dunn. Seconded, councillor Douglas. Councillor Dunn, do you wish to speak to that motion that is yours?
I do. I feel that the old saying of it takes a village to raise a child. I feel that we as a council and councillors need to support our students at a really stressful time in their lives. So this is just showing them that we believe in them, we believe in their education, and we support them. Thank you.
Thanks, councillor Dunn. Councillor Douglas. Speak.
Just agree with you.
Anyone else wish to speak to the motion? Councillor McNeil.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's just a question. I fully support Councillor Dunn's sentiments. Just can we confirm that the budget allocation for the school can be used for another purpose?
It's not, Councillor McNeil, it's not a budget allocation, it's a fee waiver. So it's money that council haven't got. It's a fee waiver for the use of the library.
That the budget allocation to the school from the state government is not directed specifically for that purpose?
No.
No.
Thank you. No, thank you.
I commend Councillor Dunn on the motion. It fits fairly neatly in with and aligns certainly closely with this council's view and the connection that we've had with youth in the Shire, particularly more recently. And I do commend you on the support given to those schools. A pretty stressful time for anyone's kids who are about to go through a HSC. So I do commend you on the motion. If there's no further questions, I'll put that. All those in favour? You'll hear that carried unanimously. Thank you, Councillor Dunn. 10.4.5. Mining land reuse pilot project terms of reference. The recommendation of the business paper is that council notes the draft government framework terms of reference for the mining land reuse pilot projects and its membership. Someone want to move that way? Councillor Scholes, Councillor Hartley. Councillor Scholes.
Yes. Yeah, I commend the report, the quality of the report. I also congratulate Mayor and council officers and with their negotiating skills, processes and their persistence in cahoots with Lake Macquarie Council. I will also, and Mayor Schultz down there. This is a great step forward for local government with regards to utilisation of mining land. And as previously stated by the Mayor, and you might even want to talk to him more after I sit down, Mr. Mayor, with regards to what a great and positive initiative for this Shire this is.
Yes, Councillor Scholes. The second was Councillor Hartley. Councillor Hartley, wish to speak to it?
No, I've got nothing further to add.
Any further questions or comments? Councillor Ward?
Net zero.
Net zero? Okay, thank you. Any further comments? No further comments. I will just briefly, it's taken a little bit of time to get here. I've got to commend BHP. BHP have been quite good. This will be the first of its kind. So it'll be the first time an active mine or any land on an active mine has been rezoned to be able to be used for another purpose other than mining. And of course, we all know all the important employment lands around here are certainly all mining lands because they own it all around the roads and where we've got roads, power, water, and all the services, of course. So it is an important project for us, important project moving forward, because we're going to need to be bringing businesses in and we're going to need to be creating jobs. And this pilot project certainly will get us off to a pretty good start in doing that. So it is an exciting project for council. And I think a more exciting project more broadly. I do need to specifically thank two people, two directors, Director of Planning, Sharon Pope, and certainly Director of our Economic Director, Shirley Richards, in regards to all the work they've done into the planning matters, frankly, and into the formation, particularly of this, the terms of reference. It has been an easy process. They're a pretty big beast, BHP, and you can deal with lots of different people a lot of the time. I'm sure they'd agree with that themselves. So it hasn't been an easy task, but certainly one that we've been persistent. And yeah, it'll be certainly a positive, certainly positive for this council moving forward. No further comment? Sorry, I'll put that with a move in a second. All those in favour? Any against? Declare it unanimous and carried. Thank you, councillors. 11, we just move into our minutes of committee meetings now. So 11.1, State Significant Development Committee, 12 August 2025. Recommendation of the business paper is that council notes the minutes of the meeting of the State Significant Development Committee held on 12 August 2025 and adopts the recommendations contained therein. Have I a mover? So Councillor Bailey and Councillor Dunn will second it. Councillor Bailey, speak. Councillor Dunn, speak. Any questions? That being the case, I'll put that to the meeting. All those in favour? Any against? Declare it unanimous and carried. Thank you. Finance and Governance Committee meeting, 12 August 2025. The recommendation in the business paper is that council notes the minutes of the meeting of the Finance and Governance Committee held on 12 August 2025 and adopts the recommendations contained therein. Have I a mover for the Finance and Governance Committee? I have. Councillor Marshall and Councillor Scholes. Either councillor wish to speak to those? Yes. If they don't, any other councillor wish to be heard? That's the case. I'll put that. All those in favour? None against. Declare that unanimous and carried. There are no notices of motion. Councillors' reports. Councillor will actually go to. We have a written councillor report from Councillor Scholes, and I will speak to that briefly to that report. But we'll go to Councillor Scholes first to speak.
My words are there, so I'll leave that go. I'll let you talk.
Congratulations, Councillor Scholes. Good report, very good report, and certainly an important conference. Every conference this council go to now is becoming more important, particularly to all councils, not just this one. But there was certainly a flavour, from my view. There was certainly a flavour towards funding for local councils, regional councils, and some real support for regional councils, which generally struggle with a little bit, but certainly there was a real push for some support for regional councils like ours. So congratulations on that report. That being the case, we'll go start on my left for Councillor Douglas, Councillor Bailey, Councillor Marshall, Councillor McNeil. No councillor reports. Councillor Hartley. Councillor, you got any other than that report, Councillor Skull?
Yeah, just Saturday night. Saturday night, I represented the council at the Mullins Satchel Photography Awards. It was quite a successful night. It was like possibly was 50 people in attendance. A very eclectic group, I must say. One particular noticeable group that were in attendance were the parents, the children that put in the displays that hung from the roof with regards to what the children had planned to do with their lives. And this is 3 and 4-year-olds. You'd be amazed. One was going to the pub.
No one's had 9 kids.
Yeah, no, other one was to have 9 children. So it's quite good. So getting back to the main thing, which was the photography, the award. I don't claim to be any great artist or judgment of artists, but I must say that the one that won the first prize, I found very, very interesting, very clever, and really did convey what they were trying to put out there. And again, every time I walk into that place, I'm amazed and proud of the Shire with regards to the collections there, the Aboriginal art collection that was there with regards to all the little dilly bags and all the rest of it was beautiful. The Aboriginal art there, but as I said, the photography itself was amazing, and I commend it.
Yeah, Councillor Skulls, I couldn't agree more with that. Art gallery, that's way above its average. Go as far as saying, and said a number of times in the media, no much challenge you get, so I reckon I'll find that there wouldn't be a better regional gallery in this state than that gallery. Certainly the way that they, some of the shows that they put on, and even the show the other night. So they certainly do well. Thank you. Councillor Dunn.
No.
Councillor Ward.
No.
You're right. That might be a question for next meeting anyway. Yeah. We haven't got there yet. That's all the council reports. I will report last night. The general manager and myself attended the Denman Chamber of Commerce. Wow, great group, fantastic. They're really, really engaged with the community, and yeah, really all over their stuff out there. You can see when you walk in that room last night. That chamber that they really want Denman to succeed. I mean, Denman is the only town in the Shire to the Chamber of Commerce, but there's certainly nothing wrong with loyalty and nothing wrong with that. But yeah, they are certainly very engaged with the community. They're aware of, there wasn't an issue I don't think that they missed. Were there for a considerable amount of time. So certainly very engaged, and yeah, it was certainly well worth the trip. It was really good. There being no further reports, we have no written questions. Any questions for next meeting? I'll just ask councillors. Any questions at all for next meeting?
No.
Councillor McNeil.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I actually did send you a couple of questions. Just a quick update on the, I guess the hazardous trees or what some resident felt is or feels is hazardous trees along in the parkland along the rail corridor in Denman. That's been a question I've asked a couple of times. And any updates on the report for the Tom Gill. I'm used to saying Tommy, but his sibling or his kids have said, yeah, it's Tom Gill Memorial. So if there's any updates on that would be appreciated.
I can answer the first one in regards to the trees. I think both Denman councillors have reported, I've reported it, you reported it. The council are aware of it. I understand it is in their program to do, the trees. Yeah, the trees right on the rail corridor. Actually, we might.
Mr. Mayor.
Manager works.
Yeah, well, works has commenced in removing those trees. They did commence late July, just prior to the flooding event. So some have been knocked down and left on site. Can't get trucks in there. Some have been removed and further work will happen once it dries out. But what's left really in the drain that runs from the golf course.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Councillor Manini, you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Thank you very much. And the Tom Gill?
Yes, thanks, Mr. Mayor, Councillor Bill. I think what we need to do really is schedule a date in concentration with family. We've got the draft artwork and park. So it's scheduling a date when councils be available. Particularly yourself, Councillor McNeil, you've been active in getting this established, so we could. We're trying to do available to organise this and obviously when the family is available.
Well, if I can reply to that, thanks, Matt. Yeah, well, I think the mayor's probably the more appropriate person on if we're going to sort of elevate the contributions of Tom. Yeah, but thank you.
I'm sure that we can work something out. Councillor McNeil, I did know Tom well though. That being questions for next meeting. Councillor Ward.
Footpath, Away, footpath.
Yep.
That lorry was.
Cycleway and footpath in Denman.
Oh no.
In McDonald's?
No.
Is that depth of concrete? What are you talking about? Depth?
Yeah, Dave.
Transport strategy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Young, Mr. Mayor. That's still being reviewed. Councillor Ward, and we'll bring it to council in the first half of 25-26.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now being no questions, we'll move. Item 16 is a movement adjournment into closed council. So the recommendation is that we now move into closed council. Have I a mover? Councillor Douglas, Councillor Marshall. All those in favour? Unanimous and carried. Thank you. Thank you, councillors. Let's read out the motions, the resolutions from the results of closed council. So 17.1 tender 2024-2025 0655 water main replacement program 2025. Recommendation that was accepted was council move was council that one accepts the tender submitted by Demand Plumbing and Excavation Proprietary Limited for contract 2024-2025 0655 water main replacement program 2025 for the lump sum of 467,897.40 exclusive of GST. And two.
Hang on, do I have to go out here?
No, not for the resolutions. Not the resolutions. The resolutions are public, councillor Marshall. Two, delegates to the general manager authority to enter into a contract with Demand Plumbing and Excavation Proprietary Limited for the water main replacement program 2025. Item 17.2 in closed council was panel contract 2024-2025 0646 concrete and minor roadworks. The recommendation in the business paper is that council resolves to one, accept the following companies to be appointed as panel source suppliers for concrete and minor roadworks, Denman and Muswellbrook, for the period 26 August 2025 to 25 August 2027 to undertake works within the scope of the contract up to a maximum of $1 million, excluding GST per project. One, Fenworks Proprietary Limited, trading as New Paved Asphalt. Two, Finn Valley Proprietary Limited. Three, KCE Proprietary Limited. Four, Stable Corp Proprietary Limited. Five, Consolidated Civil and Construction Proprietary Limited, and 6, Matt Clark Excavations Proprietary Limited. 2 is approve the option for the provision of a 12-month extension based on satisfactory supplier performance, which may extend the contract to 25 August 2028. And 3, delegate to the General Manager authority to accept those tenders without contract departures and enter into contracts for concrete and minor roadworks 2024-2025-0646. 17.3, enclosed council tender T202526 HUN, provisional water meter reading. The recommendation that was adopted is 1, council accepts the tender from Ash Plum Tree Expert Australia Proprietary Limited, trading as Summit Open Space Services for contract T202526 HUN, provision of water meter reading. And 2, council authorises the General Manager enter into a contract with Ash Plum Tree Expert Australia Proprietary Limited for the provision of water meter reading for the period 1 October 2025 to 30 September 2028. And 3, a provision be allowed for a 12-month extension based on satisfactory supplier performance, which may take this contract through to 30 September 2029. 17.4 is the State Roads Asphalt Concrete and Resealing Works Program 2025-2026. The resolution endorsed was 1, that Council 1 endorses the following contractors to carry out the program resealing and asphalt concrete AC work from the various nominated segments of the Golden Highway, Highway 27 and Denman Road, MR 209. A, new paved asphalt is approved to carry out asphalt, concrete, heavy patching and overlay works on state roads. And B, Fulton Hogan Industries is approved to carry out resealing works, bitumen spray seal on state roads. And 2, endorses these contractors and respective works for the council's delivery of heavy patching and resealing programs on Muswellbrook Shire Council local road network. 17.5, enclosed council contract 2019-2020 0406 Muswellbrook Aquatic Centre counter offer. The council resolves to proceed as recommended in the conclusion section of this report. 17.6, the EOI, expression of interest outcome regional planning panel membership. The recommendation by council is that council resolves to appoint the following people to the planning panel. 1, Jacinta Ledlin as the community representative and Granville Taylor as an alternative for when the representative is unable to perform the duties of the representative. 17.7, water meter anomaly and water loss. So council has resolved that to note the physical water loss of 3,258 kilolitres with a retail value of $9,122.40, which passed through a stolen water meter number 19W038519 for the affected resident. 2, formally recognise this volume as an unaccounted for water loss due to a criminal act, noting that this consumption was never billed and therefore does not represent a write-off. 3, approve the calculation of the water bill for the affected resident for the billing period 3/2025 based on an average of their consumption from the previous 3 billing periods. And 4, note the proactive measures taken, including proposed installation of locks on respective water meters to prevent future occurrences. 17.8, application under undetected water leaks policy. So council's resolved that council has approved a reduction of $3,877.14 on the non-residential sewer charges for the assessment identified in the report, representing the excess sewer usage charges attributed to an undetected water leak for the billing period 17 December 24 to 3 June 2025. Item 17.9, request for waiver of rates and charges. So council have resolved to write off the rates and charges on the rating assessment identified in the report, which have been levied on the property since 2014 rating year, other than the general ad valorem rate and the Hunter catchment contribution, which remain overdue and payable as detailed in the report. 17.10, insurance 2025-2026. Council has endorsed insurance coverage outlined in the attached policies and schedule. And 17.11, and finally, not finally for the General Manager, but finally for this meeting, 1711, general manager midterm performance review, and it was just to note the general manager performance agreed satisfactory. That is all the business from tonight, including the closed council. I declare the meeting closed at 8:13 p.m. Thank you, councillors.